What's up, everybody? So week 6 of the NFL season is finally wrapped up, and there was a lot of dramatic games this week in our fantasy football league. A lot of very close games, a lot of big implications for the standings, and a few trades at the end of the week. So get pumped, guys, because we're about to go over everything relevant that happened in the last week of our fantasy league. As you guys can maybe get a glimpse of looking at the scoreboard over here, lots of dramatic moments coming from this week, but we're going to start at the very top with me and Graham's game. And now, this was possibly the single most upsetting loss to come for anybody this week. I mean, Jason had another really tough loss with Zach that we're going to get into later, but Graham really needed this win, and it was right there. It was right there for him to take, and he just couldn't get it done. I mean, it's a really rough break for him, especially because 2 and 4 would have been a massive difference from 1 and 5. But he is still tied with 2 others of the league right now, so he's not totally in the gutter. But he had a really rough week here. I mean, it started off okay for him. You know, Thursday Night Football, Curtis Samuel only put up 2.6 points for me. So he was really confident after seeing that and really hoping for a chance to capitalize. But then Herbert underperformed against a really surprisingly tough Denver defense on Monday Night Football. And Monday Night Football is really what this came down to, because Graham had Herbert and Eckler left to combine for about 30 points is all he needed going into Monday. He only needed 30 points out of Eckler and Herbert. I mean, Eckler can drop that on his own on a good week, but they just couldn't get it done. It's tough to see. And Graham has Michael Pittman at flex, who he just got in the trade with Mags. He traded Mixon for Pittman. You know, he's looking good. I mean, very promising numbers to put up at flex, but the rest can't be said for everything else. The only real fatal mistake that I could see from here would be that Isaiah McKenzie only put up 2.9 points. And on Graham's bench over here, Travis Etienne, Zay Jones, Drake London, all these guys put up more and were able to be put into the lineup, which would have put Graham over the top. But it's a tough break. That's how fantasy football goes. It's all about who you start and who you bench. And you win some, you lose some. Graham finds himself with another unlucky week, but he's got a really interesting matchup going into the next week, so stay tuned for him because he could be able to come down with the win very soon. Graham is also our interviewee today. You're going to get a nice interview with him at the end of this recap, but let's move on to the next game for this week. Taking a look at the Commissioner versus Connor, we can see that Jalen Hurts might have had a down week, but that wasn't stopping Jack's team from still coming up big and putting up a respectable 145 points, while meanwhile, over on Connor's side, things are finally having a bit of a down week. He only had Debo and Tyler Boyd and Joshua Palmer starting this week because Devontae had his bye week, which is a rough break for Connor. Devontae's old teammate as well, Aaron Rodgers, also having a rough start to the season thus far, and it's really scary over up in Green Bay fantasy-wise. It's really difficult to gauge where all of those offensive players are at right now, but Rodgers, nonetheless, couldn't get it done this week either. Stevenson is still looking promising, and Ezekiel Elliott actually had a respectable showing, you know, given what he's typically been putting up these years. But Nick Chubb also had a really difficult week against the Patriots defense. And with Devontae out with a bye week and Olave out with a concussion for this game, Connor really had a rough break going into the week, and Jack was able to take advantage of it, moving Jack up to 3-3, which is very important. He's finally at 500. He no longer has a losing record, and he has the chance to rack up some more wins before playoff time comes. We're going to have to see where the commish ends up. He has been hurting for running backs lately. He doesn't really have a solid running back one anymore after losing Javonte Williams to a season-ending injury, but some other people in his team still showing up. George Kittle finally getting a little more production out of him lately. Allen Lazard having a great day at flex with 17 points. I mean, awesome day for Allen Lazard. And Justin Jefferson wasn't even playing at his full potential this week. So Jack has a chance to really turn things around. But we're going to be moving on to our next game now. Now, this game right here was the biggest heartbreak of the week for all of us watching. I mean, we all were rooting for Jason here across the league. We all wanted to see Jason finally get another win this year. And we really wanted to see Zach get another loss. I'm not going to lie. A lot of the owners really respect Zach's team, and we don't want to have to play against him. So we're really hoping he could have gotten buried in the standings. But Zach proving why he still has the highest win percentage career across all seasons in our league. Zach absolutely did get extremely lucky here, though, because going into Monday Night Football against the Chargers, the Broncos had another pretty rough week on offense. Russell Wilson still taking a lot of heat from the media, and Courtland Sutton only managed to put up 3.4 points. Jason was only down by about 11.5 or 12-ish points going into Monday night, and Gerald Everett, Courtland Sutton could not combine for it, leaving Jason with a loss by only 0.5 points. Jason lost by half of a point. This could have been a massive upset, absolutely major win for Jason, but it's nothing but more heartbreak for him, which is tough to see. We really all were rooting for him here. Beyond just Courtland Sutton and Gerald Everett, Tyler Lockett also had a really rough day. But Jason showed some real good luck with getting Deion Jackson off of waivers. Deion Jackson having what looks to be a one-game wonder because he actually got hurt in this game going in the fourth quarter, and he was just filling in for Jonathan Taylor, the consensus #1 overall pick this season. So Deion Jackson had his best week of his career for Jason, and it still wasn't enough. I can tell you from speaking to him that Jason is not so happy about this at all. He's very upset with his season so far, but he still has some time. You know, it's not over yet. He's tied with 3 other owners at 1-5, and he has a chance still to rack up some more wins. Who knows? And despite Zach having a down week, in other big news, Christian McCaffrey was very recently just traded to the San Francisco 49ers. So Christian McCaffrey getting put on a better football team. We're going to have to see what his numbers are going to look like. Maybe he becomes the Christian McCaffrey of the past, dropping 30 and 40 bombs every single week. We're going to have to find out how San Fran decides to utilize him. Zach still has a lot to be excited about despite putting up a down week, and he has the chance to bounce back as well. Still scraping away a win from this one, though, and that's massive for him, sitting at 4-2 on the standings. But there was a 1-4 team who was able to make some big waves in the standings, and that would be Shane's team pulling off the biggest upset of the week by far. BBQ was undefeated going into this matchup, and Shane, by hook or by crook, managed to just shit pump BBQ for another 40 points on his ass. BBQ finally getting handed his first L, and Shane finally getting his next deserved win. Shane has also been buried in the standings with a very unlucky schedule, but he managed to rise up this week and capitalize on his opportunity. This moves Shane out of the tie for 1 win with 3 other owners and sets him apart at 2-4 in the standings, which isn't as bad as you might think, given the way that everything looks across the league right now. Shane definitely has an opportunity to rack up more wins and still squeeze into the playoffs. Going down the list, he recently traded for Joe Burrow and Najee, and this looks to be paying off for him because Burrow dropped 30 whole goddamn points. Leonard Fournette also coming up with a good 20 bomb. Najee hanging in there too with 13 points. Pretty disappointing considering Najee was a first-round pick, but I mean, fuck, 13 points. Got it done enough. And Cooper Kupp might have had a down week, but Shane was able to scoop Kenneth Walker off of waivers to replace Rashad Penny, who he previously drafted. Kenneth Walker is the rookie running back at the Seahawks right now, and he looks very promising. I'm personally very salty and angry because I dropped Kenneth Walker after drafting him. Rashad Penny gets hurt. Walker gets the starting role. You know how it goes in fantasy. Rough break for me, but excellent move for Shane, making his team a lot stronger for the rest of the season. Meanwhile, over on BBQ's side of things, his bench kind of went off, but the same can't be said about his starters. Jamar Chase and Patrick Mahomes showed up with some great weeks, but everyone else kind of just dropped the ball across the board. You know, Dalvin getting 15 points isn't so bad, but everyone else just couldn't pick it up themselves, and Marquise Brown also got hurt this week with what might be a season-ending injury. We don't really know yet, but we do know that he's going to miss at least a month as of right now while they figure out what's up. So that's a really tough loss for BBQ right there at wide receiver. BBQ still is right up there near the top of the standings, and he has some promising players now on his bench as well, so he'll be able to move people around and see what he's capable of. Both of these teams have potential for the playoffs, and it's going to be really exciting to see after this shakeup in the standings where everyone is going to end up towards the end of the season. But finally, we have ourselves, if you ask me, the single most disappointing game of the week. For all of us, we all were really disappointed in B-Mags with his performance this week. I mean, look, Jamie advances to 5-1, which is tied at the top of the standings with BBQ, and all of us across the league can't fucking stand it. He's gotten away with 2 very lucky wins so far, but a win is a win, and that's massive for Jamie. And B-Mags, my goodness, this was your chance dude. This was your chance. He talked a lot of smack after his lucky win against Jack, and to put up a week like this, it has me angry. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am fucking pissed off because he lets Jamie squeak away with a 110-point win. That is absolutely fucking pathetic that B-Mags can't compete with 110 points. Fucking Jason would have beat Jamie this week. And you know what? Juju looked to be doing okay with a 22-point game. I'm not sure how many more of those you're going to get out of Juju for the rest of the year, but fucking everything else is just a shit show. Yeah, you recently got Mixon, which is okay. Mixon had a pretty decent game, you know? And Henderson had an okay game by his standards, over with 13 points down at flex. But the sad reality is, and I've done the math over here, is if you add up everybody on B-Mags' bench, everybody in his starters, no matter who Mags starts, no matter who he sits, if he switches any of these guys around, he still loses. He still can't put up enough points. Quite literally, with this roster, there was absolutely nothing B-Mags could have done to stop Jamie this week. There was no combination of these players that was ever beating Jamie. I just can't get over how pathetic this is. Clyde is finally back down to earth, dropping only 3 points for Jamie. Mike Williams, only 3 points. Lamar Jackson, very down week for him. Jamie sneaks away with another very lucky win, and B-Mags further cements himself at the bottom of the barrel of our standings. And this is just, I'm upset. I'm disappointed. Derrick Henry was on a bye week, and Keenan Allen was still hurt this week. So sure, Mags has some potential in the future, and he's tied with 2 other owners in the league. So anything could happen, but this was just, my God, talk about beta male performance coming from 0-2 rings over here. If you only knew Mags' team from this season, you would have no fucking clue that he is tied for the most rings in league history currently. But with week 6 in the books, we can take a look at how the standings are currently sitting. And remember, you guys can check the link in the description to take a look at the league yourself. You can see each of our individual teams, what our waiver wire looks like. Everything that's going on, you guys have access to publicly in the description below. But we're going to go more in depth about what's going on with the league and what's going on with Graham's team, Morning Woodhead, when we cut to our interview right now with Graham. Our very first league interview with Morning Woodhead. All right, everyone, welcome back to our another interview with another member of the league. We got Graham right here with us. How you doing, Graham?
Good. What's up, y'all?
I find that hard to believe you're doing good because it's been a rough start to your season.
I'm doing good, man. Yep, yeah. I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're chilling.
I was in the dumps this morning and last night after the game, but I've recovered since.
All right. I like to hear it. Quiet.
1 in 5's a fucking whole being. I don't know if it can get much worse. So.
Quiet confidence, though. I like it. Yeah. So most recently. I guess that we'll rip off the Band-Aid. We'll get into it.
Oh, yeah, just rip it off.
Most recently, I did beat you this week in a crushing defeat that was extremely close. It was very, very rough. Your thoughts initially?
Honestly, going into the week, I was not too confident just because my team's been shit in the fucking bed. I decided to throw Taysom in there instead of Higby for shits and gigs because he put up like 34 the prior week. But
technically he performed better than
he did perform better, so I didn't lose the matchup because of him.
Yeah,
but
fair.
But nah, dude, fucking Herbert all year has just been, I feel like he's been my main guy that's just been letting me down. Like the big name on my team that hasn't been pulling his weight.
Interesting.
I mean, it was a pretty even matchup. Like Brady didn't do too crazy. Like Tyreek Hill went nuts, but so did Pittman. And that was really it for both of our teams. Like, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, this is one of those where it's like, it comes down to like one player that you did or didn't.
Yeah, literally one player. It was me playing McKenzie and you playing Kareem Hunt. That could have cost us both the fucking matchup.
Pretty much, yeah. Like,
mad at that.
I mean, that's probably where you made your mistake, but like, I would understand it. Yeah, starting McKenzie over anyone else.
Especially in that game. Like, I could have started Drake London, who's been a quiet, good rookie, but I thought Buffalo KC was both going to be 30-plus points.
Yeah, definitely the Buffalo, Kansas. I was, like, hyping that up in my head, too. Like, surprisingly, Mariota played incredible, though. I don't know if you saw that. He only had one incompletion.
Two against, it was against San Fran, too, so it wasn't like, that's probably, like, a top 3 defense right now in the league, so I wasn't expecting much out of London.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, in general, like
Playing
the
lights up.
Falcons were surprising, but
Mm-hmm.
so it's a rough break though for this week because yeah, you dropped to 1-5 now, and we'll take a look at the standings over here. It's official that you have the unluckiest schedule in the league. So
Yeah.
I,
No.
I'm sure you've had a lot of thoughts about that. Anything you'd like to say or mention about that?
um, I mean, fuck points. I can't play defense. No one can play defense though. So the schedule is all luck based. So I think there's a few fraud teams out there, and I think my 1-5 team is better than all of them.
You do have the
But
highest playoff percentage projected out of all the 1-5 teams.
yeah,
So
and like
even ESPN recognizes.
yeah, like they see that my team's been getting fucked left and right. But like I definitely think there's a couple teams, if you're looking at the standings right now, that are barely sniffing 715 points against, and I think all 3 of those teams really haven't faced anyone yet.
No, it's true. It's definitely true. Like, I mean, a lot of people have been giving Connor some shit, but like, I think his team actually is somewhat middle of
No,
the pack,
I
it
think
seems.
like everyone's giving Cotter shit, but like his draft, I know he started his draft with Devontae and then Debo. Taking Debo at 11 is a big risk, I thought, but I mean, it panned out. Nick Chubb being like a top 3 back has been good. Fucking, who else has he got? I think he has Ramondre, right? And Damian Harris just went down.
Yeah, Stevenson's
Right.
been a good pickup, I'd say.
Yeah, like he didn't have like a killer good draft, but just like the guys he's been picking up are like, injuries have kind of worked in his favor, I guess I'd say.
Well, schedule more than anything, too.
Yeah, schedule
But
too. Olave has been a good rookie. Like his team's not bad, but I do think my team's better than his. I think my team's better than than Jamie's team, even though his team's kind of coming into like he's in first or whatever.
I think Jamie's team is actually getting exposed in recent weeks. I mean,
Like he hasn't been putting up numbers. He's been playing teams that also haven't been putting up anything.
Christian Kirk and Clyde both came back down to earth.
Yeah, I think Clyde's coming down to earth. Christian Kirk, I don't think CeeDee Lamb's going to be much of a number 1 receiver for the rest of the year just because I don't really know what Dallas' situation is at QB.
Yeah,
But
I don't trust CeeDee Lamb at all out of like
Yeah.
the class of receiver they put him in. They try to put him at like wide receiver 1, fantasy solid. He's not consistent enough for me to be like super confident in him.
No, I'm hit. And he's getting lucky with Mike Williams being the number 1 since Keenan's out. So like there's a lot of luck floating around his team. I think the only props you can give Jamie is really drafting the Jets running back. That's really it.
Yeah, Brees Hall has been a solid pick.
He's been a solid. And like everyone else on Jamie's team, it's like Travis Kelce, like no shit, you're not gonna fucking draft him. So it's like I don't know. I think Jamie's team's kind of a fraud team.
Yeah, I would not to get too. I
And the
try to
last
stay a little
one-
objective, but
Yeah,
it?
sorry, but
I was gonna say I kind of agree. And I mean, guys like Christian Kirk. It's like he started off like top 6. I think it was like 6, and that was not gonna last. I mean,
yeah, that was the biggest shocker. I think that he was in the top 10 for like the
biggest
first
shocker to me,
4
Will, was Clyde top 4. When
was he top 4?
Yeah, going into week 5, he was 4th overall position.
Okay, he's 13. That's not easy.
Yeah.
And Brees Hall is 6, though. I think, Brees Hall is the best pick that Jamie had this year by far.
Brees Hall benefit, like, we all just kind of didn't expect, I think, the Jets to even be competent.
Yeah, I was about to say. Also, the Jets are playing football for once. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's that going on for them. I mean, no one really saw that coming. But I'd agree, you definitely, like, I mean, you're just getting shafted is the reality in the stand. But do you think, though, that, like, in the end, you'll get enough wins? And it's like, because I've been looking at the schedule, too. It does seem like there's going to be a shakeup down the stretch. Like,
2-4 was really a lot prettier than 1-5 would have been last night. But I'm 1-5, so I can't do shit. But my upcoming schedule, I have BBQ. I have Brian's back-to-back. Then I have Jason, Jack, Zach, Jamie, Shane, Connor. So I don't see you again. I only saw you once a year. And of course, it's the sickest matchup of the year.
You beat me last season, though, and you were my last loss. So I had to get my revenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. You never know. I could turn it around and go 7 straight. Is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 8. So I don't think I'll get to 9-5. I'm looking at,
You
I
got a
hope
lucky
8.
week against BBQ too, because big news this week. He's got fucking bye weeks up the ass.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
He's got bye weeks and
his boy
Marquise.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Although Claypool, he has more though. Is Hollywood, so he's flipping there. But his backs are deep. Jacobs is actually having a pretty good year in Vegas.
Yeah, but James Robinson and Aaron Jones could be boom or bust, and like James Robinson especially, I would not trust him after.
Well, yeah, so he's playing Robinson, right, and I'm playing ETN. It's the matchup of the Jacksonville backfield.
Literally,
because I have AJ Brown, Singletary, and Higbee on buys. So
yeah,
I guarantee you, whoever running back scores more points, that team will win.
That's your philosophy. If the running back
that's
scores
my
more.
philosophy. Yeah, so gets 7, Robinson gets 6. My team's gonna win.
Okay, that's where you cut it right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
the whole matchup.
That's kind of That's not too wrong. I'd say that's pretty accurate a lot of the time. But I mean, you definitely got the shot this week more than anything to come up with your next win. Who was it that you beat originally?
I whooped Louis' ass. Whooped him, bro. I dropped like 180 on him.
It's funny that we can't even remember these things. Like, wait, when was it? Week 2?
Week 2. I put up 177, bro.
Right.
Waddle dropped 40.
I remember. This was the same week I had my big week too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You beat Jack. Jack almost came back on you with his Sunday night football game.
Yeah, but Mags started Kirk Cousins, and every QB Mags has started has dudded. So yeah, that hurt Justin Jefferson with Jack. But
and I also had Najee and Mixon still when I won that game, and I don't have them anymore. So
yeah, actually, you're breaking your rule here. Najee and Mixon both scored less than McCaffrey and Swift, and you trounced Zach in the score. So
yeah,
you might be getting exposed already. Damn.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
I said your running backs scored less than Zach's running backs in this matchup, and you still won by a lot.
Well, no, I'm saying purely Jacksonville.
Oh, what was that? You cut out there.
Like I'm saying for the matchup this week versus BBQ, it's just I'm just saying the back ETN versus Robinson.
Right.
Yeah, because he's on Jacksonville and Robinson's on Jacksonville.
Right. No, gotcha on that. Yeah, and you traded for ETN recently. I mean, what are your thoughts overall? Because clearly you seem somewhat
Well, I was
intrigued.
just I was 1-3 or 1-2. I think I traded Najee because after week 1, even week 2. Because he scored both or one of the weeks, and he only had max 11 points. And I was like, that's fucked up if you score. So thought there was a sticky situation going on with Najee, so I wanted to dump him fucking immediately.
Yeah, he was scaring me right away.
Yeah, and that's where I fucked originally with this team and him with my first draft choice. But anywho, then Mixon, I was getting sick of Cincy's fucking offense because I was looking at his yards per carry and weeks 1 through 4, it was less than 4, and then one game he had 7, and I was just and he only had 1 touchdown through 6 weeks, so I was sick of him. I needed another receiver because fucking Bateman and London haven't really been providing as much as I'd like, so I thought Pittman and Indy being the number 1, and I honestly think ETN's gonna explode, not explode, but start.
I've watched the games, and ETN looks good when they give him carries. I just don't know what
he looks
doing.
like he has a little more hop in his steps. He's a little shiftier and faster. I think Robinson's just the bulkier back, the third down back, power back, 3rd and 1.
Well, and ETN's younger. He's got the rookie upside, and it's
and he played he played at Clemson with Trevor Lawrence, so I think there's a little connection there.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I do think it's the upside. It's just a question of what the Jags decide to do. I mean, you probably traded for him in a safer time now than if it were you kind of know what you're getting now out of him.
Yeah, if I
waited
if I waited a week, I don't think Matt has that trade because Pittman just popped off.
Oh yeah, no, Mags would be holding on to Pittman for dear life. Mags was low key ready to give up on Pittman. He walked away from that thinking you were a sucker.
Yeah, that he won.
Probably.
But I think Pittman was his best receiver because Mike Evans, let's be real, Tampa Bay is not playing their best football.
When he
Brady
splits
doesn't.
his touches or his catches with Godwin, always.
Yeah,
Too.
true. Godwin. But I mean, I don't trust Mike Evans, so that's why I thought Pittman was his best receiver. But I think that he thought Evans.
No, yeah, I would have thought Pittman was the best too. Yeah.
And I don't know about Keenan coming back with his fucking hammy.
Yeah,
That's
no,
really
I don't want to touch that situation either.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I feel like he was a sucker for like having two dominant backs because right after he was hitting me and bro, Najee and Mixon, like your team's gonna be nice. So I feel like you'd fall for the Henry.
Yeah. I mean, what can he do though? I mean, he's really like, because it's interesting. Like, you look at his team, you look at your team, and I feel like they look totally different. Like,
yeah,
despite being stuck at the same spot
even
in the standings.
Jason's
team as well with you guys over there. Yeah, Jason's team is a real mess. I mean,
like he has Damon, he has Pierce, that guy on Houston. What's his first name? Damian. Yeah,
Damian Pierce.
He's been a stud. Who the fuck? But yeah, I wouldn't even be able to tell you who his first draft pick. Oh, it was Eckler. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, who you fucking.
Yeah.
I couldn't even. You fucking
forgot
bumped that
Jason's
shit.
first bat. Yeah, hold on. I forget. Excuse me. I forget who was really in the Eckler trade. It was Eckler and like Zay Jones for Najee's handcuff and someone else.
Yeah, it was.
Hold on, let me filter.
It was Adam Thielen. Yeah, I have it
oh
right
yeah,
here.
you're right. It was Thielen.
It was Alan Lazard, Najee, and Thielen for Eckler and Zay Jones.
Yeah, so like if you look at it now, it's not really a bad trade because if he still had Lazard's the number one in Green Bay. Does he still have Lazard?
No, he doesn't. He traded with Jack, and that also is how he got Damian Pierce. So he kind of spread things out.
Oh yeah, now Jack has fucking Lazard. Damn, Jack's team. He has 4 fucking Devontae Smith.
I mean, I don't know right now how good Lazard is going to be. I feel like he's not going to get much better. He's benefiting from the targets, but they're not winning. I don't know if they're going to keep doing what they've been doing.
Well, they're going to fucking need to start throwing.
They're going to need to figure something out at the Packers, like anything right now. That's for sure. But fucking what was it? So if I look back at the standings, though, you're lumped in with Mags and Jason. But the real question I got for you though is, who do you really think is the worst team in the league? If you were to pick one, like, is it at the bottom of the standings? Is it somewhere in the middle? Have they yet to be exposed? Who is it?
No, I think it's just Mags.
You think it's just Mags?
Yeah, right. Mags is the worst team. Look at points for. He's not even over 700. I'd say Mags is the worst team right now.
What do you think is his weakest point of his team, or do you think it's just all a mess?
I think, like, I'm gonna cut him some slack here. I think he got fucked in the beginning with Keenan because, like, if that's your 3rd round pick or whatever it was, 2nd round pick, like, that's just tough. But so like
2nd round, 17th overall.
Yeah, that's just tough. So he went Henry Allen. Like, that's not bad if they're fucking playing. But he also took Dak. And I think he had Dak last year when Dak got hurt. So I don't know what the fuck his thought process was there.
Actually, I think he drafted Derek Carr, and then I drafted Dak at the end to fuck him over. And then I dropped Dak, and he scooped Dak back up. Yeah. So he didn't even draft a quarterback, technically, really.
Like, he's fucked up with Keenan, and then he took ETN way too early. Those were his mistakes.
Right. Okay.
So I think he was lacking in the draft, kind of like I was, and how we're both stuck in this 1-5 boat. But I think right now, like, he didn't have bad wideouts to start the season before week 1 started. Like, he had Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, and Pittman.
You're the one who traded Juju to him. What are your thoughts on that trade now? How are you feeling post-trade, and how do you think it worked out for him?
Right after the trade, obviously felt that I fucked him over. Because, I mean, let's be real. I got Bateman, London, and Najee's cuff for fucking Juju. Like, it was like, yeah, if you don't accept that, that's like so much value for one guy. And I'm like I forget the word. I'm a sucker for a rookie wide receiver. You know, rookie wideouts. There's just something about them.
Oh yeah, totally. I think they have a lot of potential usually.
But yeah. So right after I thought I fucked him over, but now I'd say it's a little more fair, just because Bateman hasn't really seen the field or been much of an influence in their offense. But London's been pretty solid, and I'd say a little bit better, if not the same as Juju.
I think London still has upside. It's just the Falcons in general right now.
Yeah, so KC has got the much better offense. So Juju has more like potential with the ball, but I still want London instead.
I don't even really think Juju is taking over as like an actual like alpha on their
No, because they're always going to look at Kelsey, and they're always going to have one speedy guy, Hardman, going 60 yards downfield that Mahomes can just unload to. And Juju always is usually covered by the best corner, because like the fast corner on the other team sticks with fucking the fast guys. So the best corner usually is on Juju. True.
I mean, if like people were saying like Odell should go to the Chiefs, stuff like that,
That'd be sneaky. That's when one of them can fucking pop off.
Maybe. I mean, Odell is coming off a second knee surgery. I mean,
because Kelsey's always going to put up 20 points. Like, he's always going to have a touchdown. Like, it's like Brady Gronk days.
Yeah, it's like Kelsey is their real number one anyway over there.
Well, he's always been. He has been for the last fucking. Even with Tyreek there, he still looked at Kelsey first.
I mean, I think them losing Tyreek in general is just the worst thing for them in the long run. Like, in the long run,
their offense, because everyone had to guard deep. Then you just dump to Kelsey all day.
Yeah, it's like really more like one note now. Everything just going to Kelsey. Like, Kelsey caught 4 touchdowns the other week.
Yeah, and he had 25 fucking yards, dude.
Yeah, because they can't get it because everyone knows it's going to him, and it's like, what the
So he just takes all the end zone catches.
But then, if Mags is the worst team, who's the best? Who do you think is going to win it all?
I'll tell you who's the best and who's the best under 500. And this is excluding me because I think I'm the best under 500, obviously.
Okay, so you actually put yourself highest amongst the under 500 gang.
Yes, but there's also another team that I think is very capable of making the playoffs under 500, and that's fucking Shane.
I think Shane has also been getting shafted pretty hard.
Yeah.
With the bad luck.
Because, like, if you look at me and him and fucking Jason, we're all above 830 points against. Then Jack's the only other guy with above 800.
Right. So you're putting a lot into
Jason and Jack that have been getting fucked by the schedule. And then you're in 5th.
I'm in 4th. Yeah. Connor's in 5th.
No, I meant for points against.
Oh, yeah. I'm like right middle of the pack schedule.
You're right in the middle of the pack, and you're pretty mid. Yeah, and you're like 3rd in points scored. So yeah, but I think Shane's team is probably going to make the playoffs if Najee Harris decides to like start playing football too. But like, he's got pretty good fucking wideouts. T. Higgins, I forgot Cup was on his bench.
Yeah, Cup's on a bye now.
He's got Cordero in the IR, so he's really got like, I think he like at 2-4, he's sitting in a better position than I am right now.
Yeah, he has more things stocked up. I think like Walker is massive for him. Even if Najee
shits the bed, because even if Najee shits the bed, okay, Walker at RB2, and then Cup's off the bye, and then you throw Gallup or Judy in the flex, or even fucking Dobbins. Yeah, his team's deep.
I'm still fucking pissed I dropped him. Oh my god.
Who'd you draw? Walker?
I drafted Walker in the 11th round, and then I dropped him like a few weeks ago because I don't wish injury on players like Penny.
Of course, never.
Penny gets injured, and I can't capitalize. Yeah. Fucking. But no, I agree. I think Shane is dark horse for sure. I mean, I don't know what's happening with him. He got really fucked over with the schedule, like we were saying. But What's best team though above 500?
All right, best team. I'd say it's a toss-up right now between you or Zach. Like, even though Zach doesn't have the names, I feel like his team always plays for some reason.
His team does have a weird habit of
Like,
yeah.
they always just come together. Like, he's one with the fantasy gods.
He's in bed with the fantasy gods. He's got the
Honestly, I've been in this league 4 or 5 years. I don't think he's ever not made the playoffs.
I don't remember the last time he missed the playoffs. Although a lot of the years are wait, no. I think I just made the whole fucking league history video. Yeah, I don't think he's ever missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever has.
His average finish is something crazy like second or some shit.
Yeah, he has the highest overall win percentage on like career.
He also made a good trade. I forget who he traded, but he got Amari Cooper.
Yeah, he got it from BBQ for Josh Jacobs, straight up.
Okay. So that's actually a pretty... It's not a bad trade either way.
At the time, I thought Zach won it, but then Josh Jacobs started showing up. So
yeah.
I mean,
because he could have CMC, Swift, Wilson, and fucking Jacobs. And he has Tony Pollard. He's got RB depth for days with Madison and Hilliard if Henry and
if McCaffrey starts improving even more, if McCaffrey gets traded, I think...
Yeah, if McCaffrey goes to Buffalo, that'd be terrifying.
Oh, my God, yeah. Especially with Josh Allen on his team, too. Like, Josh Allen really carrying and Mark Andrews. Like, that's the real... Like, Zach always goes for the premium tight end, and then he tries to get the premium quarterback when he can. And I think that's a good combo.
I gotta check something out. Drafted 43rd. Okay. I didn't take Herbert before Allen because I would have kicked myself.
I was still... you took Herbert in the draft one pick before I was taking him. Literally the pick before me. I'm still...
Hey, man. I felt something in him. I mean, he's the 8th best QB fantasy-wise this year.
No, I think he's going to finish like either... I thought he was going to be 1. He's probably going to be either 2 or 3 right now, though. Like, I'd still say.
So, like, the last 4 weeks, he has 13, 21, 14, and then 9.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean...
Noah cost me last night that bullshit fucking tip pick.
Yeah, that pick really... That's the funny thing, too. In our game, that pick is what lost you the game.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah. It's just like...
It's -1, right? There's a 2.
It was literally by 1 point I won. I'm pretty sure. Like 1 full point.
Yeah, no, you won by 0.8.
Yeah, something like 0.8.
At 0.8. So if he didn't throw that pick, right? Because it's -1.
Yeah, it's -1. And that's the other thing. Controversial. I really want... Sorry. I really want our league next year, though, to go back to passing touchdown 6 points. I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah, I honestly kind of want that, too.
Yeah, I think Jack's reasoning for changing it was fucking ridiculous. And
we haven't seen anything like that since. And who cares? All the other QBs can throw that many touchdowns, too.
What I hate is he's like, oh, we got to change like the passing touchdown point, whatever, because Mahomes got 500 points. What the fuck? It's like, well, he threw the most touchdowns.
Yeah, he threw fucking what was it? It was 50. Well, so we had 300 points.
You could lower the score too. You could lower the points. He had 500 points, yeah, but you could lower the score of the points for a touchdown, but he's still going to be the number 1 QB relative to everyone else.
Yeah.
If everyone else is still, so it's like stupid. Like I feel like
now fantasy leagues like this favor quarterbacks like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson,
which is unfair because those guys were already going to be the top quarterbacks. Yeah. Why are they even better, even more premium? That makes no sense. You know?
Yeah.
Especially, it's not like easier to run in a touchdown or like throw a touchdown. It's not like
sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's not like they're worth different. It's 6 points. Like rushing yards, passing yards, whatever. Like
I've never complained about losing because of that, because quarterback has 4 points for his passing touchdowns too. But it's just like it makes more sense. Like I don't know. Why would a rushing touchdown be 6 for a QB and a passing be fucking 4?
Yeah,
So
it
is a
just
passing touchdown for like running backs and wide receivers in this league 4 too?
it's all passing touchdowns in our league are 4 points. So other
Okay,
leagues, yeah, it
that's
would
where
be.
I don't. Yeah, that's where I don't like that. So if you try and make the QB argument for Mahomes, okay, what if it's a fucking Anquan Randall from the Super Bowl versus Seahawks, and he throws a fucking wide receiver pass, Hail Mary touchdown?
Yeah,
Am I
that
right? I
should
almost
that
said
should
4 points.
that should be a lot of fucking
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
Yeah, but no. And the other thing is, it's just like Mahomes hasn't dropped 500 points in a year since then. So
Well, that was like the fucking first year Mahomes played started, and no one had anything on him, so he could just dice up every team.
yeah, but I mean, like, point being though is like, yeah, he did really well that year, but like he hasn't had a year like that since then. So it's like
Yeah,
it's like you can't act like it's just stupid. But that's a whole other tangent, a whole other
yeah,
fucking
it really is.
like
Really.
rant. I mean,
But no, that can be an end of the year discussion after the season's up. I'm down for that.
oh, I've been talking about it with other people too. Like BBQ brought it up the other week, and it's just like it's whack as fuck. But anyway, I digress from that. Let's see here. So as far as like the hunt for the playoffs, you were kind of like, who do you've kind of alluded who you think is gonna fall in the standings, who you think is gonna go up.
Oh,
But
okay.
like who do you think like is gonna make the playoffs? Who do you think might slip in? Who's out of the
All right,
playoffs?
final 6.
Yeah.
All right, my final 6 right now. I'm gonna have to say Jamie and BBQ are gonna make it just because they're both 5-1 right now, and they've lucked out and had an easier first 6 games than some of the rest of us. I think I will get in, and then I think it's a toss up between Shane and Jack.
Okay, you think that's the real like
Yeah,
big
I
question
think
mark?
Connor falls, Jack or Shane falls.
Okay. I mean, me or Zach could technically fall too, but
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I see that. But I think out of that, I think you have a better chance of making it if you're putting it between you and Zach. I think Zach's team has a better chance of falling.
okay.
Just because, well, Jack. Not Jack has the depth.
Well, Zach has gotten lucky. We sleep that he almost lost to Jason. Literally,
Yeah, he
should have
almost lost to Jason, and he almost lost to BBQ, right?
No, he
Or
almost
did he?
beat BBQ. But,
Okay.
but he's had
Okay.
other ones. He's had other close ones.
So yeah, Jason easily could have had a dub. Like, I'm sorry, Jason, when your podcast is, not podcast, but interview, but I don't think your team's gonna make the playoffs.
Jason's
But-
down bad right now, though, dude. Jason's on suicide watch after.
I mean,
That was his chance. That was.
no, it really was. That was a chance to turn it around for like a couple weeks and get other teams scared. But Jack's got a really tough matchup this week because his whole fucking 50% of his team's points are on a bye.
What do you think of Jack's team, the commissioner himself? Like, a lot of people were saying the other week that he had the best team in the league. I was skeptical, but like, where do you think it's at now, especially after his season-ending injury?
Season-ending injury.
He had Javonte Williams, who he traded Damian Pierce for.
Oh yeah, you're hip. Forgot about that. That sucks because now his running backs aren't as deep as you'd like to see. But I think he's got the best. Yeah, I think he's got the best wide receivers in the league. But nowhere close to the best running backs. And I don't trustworthy tight end anymore.
Yeah,
Used to
Kittle
be.
is really he's boom or bust. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, but I mean, Hurts. They've all been sick. Cooks and Lazard are good. 3 and 4 wideouts.
It's almost like he would have to trade one of his wideouts, like his top wideouts, just to like balance
Yeah.
out the roster.
You know, he could probably finesse someone. He could probably package like Devontae Smith and maybe fucking Montgomery or Connor and try and get a better back. But
Dude, he offered me a trade the other day, like literally like in the middle of this before Sunday. He offered me Devontae Smith and who was it? Smith and fucking was it? I forget who. Fuck. Who I gotta look at this. It was fucking funny. I rejected it, of course.
Was it for like Kamara or Barkley?
Um, let me see what it was. Let me pull it up on my phone. Nah, fuck. I can't. God damn it, I can't find it. Oh, he wanted Tyreek though. He wanted Tyreek, and I was like, dude, do you really fucking think I'm gonna let Tyreek be your wide receiver 3? Like,
Yeah, right. Oh, fucking yeah. Let me just give you Jefferson, Diggs, and Tyreek. Aren't they 1, 2, and 3?
I literally, I texted him. I'm like, I bet you're going into work with a massive boner, just daydreaming about your Tyreek Hill wide receiver 3, fucking
Yeah.
wet
Get the
dream.
fuck out of here, dude.
And like,
Yeah,
it was a
Diggs.
disrespectful trade too. It was Devonta Smith and someone else, just straight up for Tyreek. I forget who, but
Dude, Diggs is 1, Jefferson's 4, Tyreek's 3. You said
yeah, he's 3 right now actually.
who's
But he
2?
would have been Jack's wide receiver 3. Like, he
Damn, dude, Cooper Cup's fucking disgusting.
yeah, Cooper Kupp is just. I mean, they just feed him all the targets. What can you do?
Yeah, they really fucking do.
But so all right, so you think you'll slip into the playoffs, and you think Jack and Shane kind of got to battle it out. You think Connor's
Yeah,
gonna fall? Okay,
yeah,
rough
Jack.
playoff picture type deal. Okay,
Yeah,
and
like let me look at Shane's schedule real quick and see who he plays towards the end of the year. Okay, yeah, Shane plays Jack. He has Zach, Jamie, Connor, me, and then you. So he's got a tough schedule at the end of the year,
yeah, definitely.
especially with bye week.
What was that?
Obviously coming into play now.
Wait, what was it you said?
Bye weeks.
Oh, bye weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, with those coming into play.
Yeah, I mean, that could really shake things up. BBQ's getting fucked this week. I mean, this is really a good chance for you. But
Yeah, I got a fucking really good chance this week.
and that's what I was going to ask you too, though. If you were going to turn it around, like, what are the things that you're focused on here? Like, what are you really looking at to improve with your team?
Herbert.
Or is it do nothing?
Well, has low key been the quietest number 1 running back I think ever in fantasy football through 6 weeks.
You mean Eckler?
Like, yeah, Eckler. Yeah, he has 6 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Sorry, am I breaking up?
No, you said Herbert. I thought, or you did break up.
Yeah.
A little bit,
oh, sorry. No. I thought you asked who I want to see improve. Well, I want to see Herbert improve, and I was just going down my team.
Yeah,
I want to see Herbert improve. Eckler's been like quiet number 1 back, like I said. I think ETN's going to play well, and this week the Giants is a tough matchup. The QB situation in Miami scares me, but I always think Waddle, you can easily just dump to him. He's quick as fuck.
True. He has
But,
upside.
I don't know. It's a tough week for tight end again. I'm leaning on Taysom Hill one more time before I just play Higbee.
He's not really a tight end. He's a gadget guy. Like, fuck. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. So if he throws for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, I get, which some people are probably going to be mad about. But
he actually only has 1 catch on the year, so he's really not a tight end.
yeah, exactly. That he had 9 rushes for $115 and 3 touchdowns.
It's like it makes no fucking. First of all, I hate it because I have Kamara, and it's like,
yeah, of course. No, I was gonna say
Kamara dropped 24 points without scoring a touchdown. Could you imagine if he got 1 or 2 of those? Like,
yeah, right.
I mean, fuck. But like, I was talking though. What are you looking to like upgrade, or what do you think you need to improve with your roster to like get down the stretch? Are you looking to like make any more trades, or like what would you be looking for?
Oh, I thought you just meant like what players need to start doing better. Trade wise, there might be one more I make, maybe if I can find a good one. But I think my team's low key kind of set. But
yeah, I mean, I think you got to trust what you got.
Exactly, because I'm 1 in whatever, so I've made so many as many trades as I can possibly make. So like, I've flipped my team, and I don't usually do that. Like, Like, I traded Juju fucking in my 2 running backs. I never trade my 2 running backs that I draft.
Well, you needed to get rid of Najee.
Yeah, and once you're flip your team and kind of just let it roll, you know.
Yeah.
Eckler's been playing fucking lights out for the last 3 weeks, so I'm gonna ride him, and then everyone's gonna follow suit.
Okay, that's the type of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got the shot, definitely. I would give you the best shot out of the 1 and 5s.
And once bye weeks are done, and fucking AJ Waddle and Pittman can all play together, like, even though they did last week, I think I'll be good.
Well, then I guess going back to the draft though, like, what was your mentality going into the draft? Like, who were you really looking for? And like, how did you feel coming out of the draft compared to now?
So before the draft, I was in like New Hampshire, so I wasn't with the boys, fucking wasn't with you guys golfing and fucking drinking, whatever. So once you told me I had the 8th pick, I didn't really know what the was doing, so I was just going into it, just winging it. And I was pretty confident after the draft, you know, looking at Najee and Mixon as my 1 and 2, and then seeing Waddle and AJ Brown, thinking Juju was going to be a number 1 in KC. Like, really confident with my team.
Oh, so you felt good. All right. Yeah. And I mean, were you just like drafting in the middle of wherever you were?
Yeah.
Or like...
Yeah, we were at a lake. It was me and like Barnesy, Joey, and like Fogel.
Right. You were just like sitting there.
The whole time. Yeah, exactly.
Chilling. Oh, I get that. Yeah. We were, dude, you weren't here, but when you picked Herbert, like, I screamed. Like, I was
pissed. Y'all were pissed.
No, because, like, I was 1 pick away, dude. Like, it was so... And then I picked Brady over Mahomes.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I picked Brady, and then BBQ picked Mahomes after that.
Damn, that's nuts.
Brady outscored Mahomes last season. Like, he outscored Mahomes flat out. He had a really good year last year. And I was just thinking, like, fuck, Mahomes lost Tyreek. I was really down on the Chiefs. I was like, the Chiefs are, like, fucking broken without Tyreek is what I was thinking. I was like, that was their X factor. Like, that's who opened up Kelsey. But nah, I mean, he made it work with fucking Hardman and Juju. And I was just thinking he had no one to throw to, but fuck. Scantling.
Putting up some good point. Position rank 4. Where's Tommy boy at? 4.
Yeah. But Tom was 3.
You're right.
He was Josh Allen. He was 3 last year. He was.
Brady?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was who was 1? Fuck.
Probably Josh.
Yeah, it might have been Josh Allen. It was Josh Allen, Herbert, and then Brady, and then Mahomes, I think.
Who was the number? Was it Lamar Jackson? Yep.
Yeah, but he's kind of like, I mean, the last 3 weeks.
Coming down to earth, yeah.
I mean, he's had a bunch of big games, but I mean, I'd rather have consistency. I think Hurts is like the steal of the draft.
I think Hurts is like the best pick, the best QB.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts might be the steal of the year for QB.
Where did Jack take him? 75th.
Yeah, everyone slept on him.
Oh.
Well, Jack had him on his team the year before, and he was like, yo, Hurts low-key kind of good, but, like, I don't know, all of us were sleeping.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, fuck. But
damn.
I guess any final words, though, going into your matchup with BBQ this week? Like, any words to BBQ himself, or what your thoughts real quick?
My thoughts going into the week, you know, I'm thinking of a dub. Of course, always. The fuck?
I mean, you got this is your chance. Like, you're projected 125, BBQ at 113 right now without a fucking... Yeah,
he doesn't have tight end or a kicker in, so he'll be around 125. But I got some waivers that are going to go through in the morning, I hope.
Yeah, you got a good pick in the waiver order, that's for sure. So
let's see, I'm looking at my 3 right now. Who do I want? Oh, yeah, those boys. All right. So, yeah. I'm confident. Nothing I want to say to BBQ. You know, good luck. Whatever.
Are you worried about the toilet bowl at all?
No. My team's not going to be in the fucking toilet bowl.
No. Team's not even on your radar. That's beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a winner mentality. I like to hear
I'm
that.
not fucking worried about that shit.
You're not going to hit the whole B-Mags pity party like, oh, no, I'm screwed.
Nope.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Mac just like, dude, I'm just gonna be out of the league if I have to fucking do that shit. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're a bitch.
But
We'll make it a 5-year punishment for you.
Any last words to anyone watching who maybe is rooting for your squad, and like what do you got to say for the fans out there who are clamoring for your win?
Yeah, good looks. I mean, if anyone out there is rooting for fucking Morning Woodhead, who's bumming at 1-5 right now, I appreciate you, but I bet there's fucking no one. But no, in all reality, yeah. Good luck to the
Hey,
rest
you got
of the
that
league.
underdog, and
Yeah,
like,
fuck yeah,
I
I
mean,
do.
people will know, like, fuck. And actually, there's a link now in the description that people can click on to view the league without being able to make any changes. So like the public can like look at it, click around like I do on the
Oh, no
computer.
shit. That's
So
fun.
I mean, hey, people, if they look at your squad, they might see like, fuck, Graham's being slept on. I mean, hey,
Come on, man. Don't sleep on me.
yeah, you got,
Actually, no, y'all can sleep on me.
yeah, you like, you don't know what you like better. It's just,
Yeah, no, I can't pick right now.
just fucking. But all right, I guess we'll close it off here. Thank you again so much for giving us some insight. And yeah, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, bro, you too. Thanks for having me.